in action. Thirsty Thursdays for you thirsty ass, excuse my French people. Nah, but it's been a while, man. I had to take a week off, man. I wasn't feeling too good, man. The best wasn't feeling too good for a king, man. But let's see if we can bounce back with Robbie the Rocket on Bat That. Yay! Let's start off this weekend. We got your Ohio State Buckeyes going in old Northwestern. Good old Northwestern. Now, as prior times, I always used to put my house, the car, the clothes, the crib. They wanted it all. So, I got to thinking, Northwestern. The spread went on at 38.5. Ooh. And the over and under is 57.5. Now, it's winter time in the Midwest. Rain conditions, storm conditions, and 38 points in the Midwest in November is a lot of points. The over and under went off at 57.5 in this Northwestern Ohio State game. So, like I said, I got to thinking. And a smart bettor, if you had a little bit of money, would put the house on Ohio State minus 38.5. But me, I know how these games be going. Northwestern has played Ohio State very, very well in the past, till now. So what I did was I said, okay, since y'all want to be slick, I took Ohio State straight up. Like I said, put a little bit of extra money on it. May, win you a little few dollars. But I took Ohio State to safe bet this week. Excuse me, the safe bet this weekend is Ohio State to win straight up. Bet that. Now, my good old Texas Tech. I got them Texas Tech Red Raiders and a surprising TCU. Texas Christian University. God is good. My Christian brothers. Thank you, my Christian brothers. Undefeated. Sleeper. They under the radar. They trying to get in there. They trying to get in where they fit in at. Spread went off at 9.5. Over and under 69.5. So, TCU, I've been going against TCU a lot this year. And every time I go against TCU, they always cover. So this week I said, okay, I'm not even gonna go against TCU. If I can't beat them, I gotta bet with them. So what I did was I said, okay, the spread went off at 9.5. Texas Tech, they like to stay in the game a little bit. So I figure this would be a little, a shootout. So I looked at it, I said, okay, give me TCU. They at the house, TCU at the house. Give me TCU to win straight up. Bet that. And for real bettors, put your nickel on there, put your dime on there for you real bettors. And you amateur bettors, you can parlay it with something for you amateur bettors. Now, this is the game that I really, really, really want to just sit on the couch this weekend and really, really watch. We got Oklahoma State, them old country Stillwater boys, them Cowboys out of Stillwater. And we got the Kansas Jayhawks. Surprising Kansas Jayhawks. Man, they surprised me. Kansas Jayhawks going to get a bowl game. They're going to get a real bowl game finally after so many years. I remember some dog days. They probably win with 1 or 2 games in that conference with the Big 12. Now they a bowl team, bowl contender. Got nice nucleus. I want to see them in the next 2 years. How they might be in the top 5 in the next 2 years. And the spread went off at 2. They got Oklahoma State giving Kansas 2 in Kansas. The over and under went 64.5. So, man, I'm thinking in my head, like, wait a minute. Why is this spread only 2? That's like a pick 'em. And my mind frame is Kansas, they played a tough schedule. They had a good, they played Texas tough. They beat a couple good teams they had a good schedule. They beat some good teams. They was in the top 10 once upon a time. I could have sworn maybe I'm wrong. But like I said, I looked at it, I said, man, this is a sleeper game. I took it. I said, give me Kansas straight up. You can get you some money on that money line, you bettors. for you, you top bettors and you amateur bettors. You want to bet, you want to get a good game, and you want to get a sleeper. If it ain't really a sleeper, the spread only 2, but I'll take Kansas. They at the house. Bet that. Now, I normally don't like to stay around these local games and bet local teams because, I don't want to embarrass the state, I love this state. It's my state, too. I don't want to embarrass the state, man. So I try to stay away from teams that if they not really, performing and excelling where they need to be at a higher level, I don't never really, bet them. But this game right here got me. I just was looking. I looked at all the games. And when I looked at all the games, I came to Colorado, good old Colorado Buffaloes, some Buffaloes. Ooh. And I said, oh, Ducks, the quack, quack Ducks. I guess them Buffaloes had a down year. Oregon is like, they trying to push for, a big BCS bowl game, get a good bowl. And the spread went off at 31.5. Now, y'all know, every time I say something, I don't mess with the 31s and the 36s or the 35s. But I looked at this game, and I'm sitting here like, okay, it's in Colorado Buffaloes. You see what the weather is out here. It's kind of cold. Them Oregon boys used to the rain and it's cold, but they ain't used to this kind of cold. And it's altitude. This altitude and this cold, when teams like that tend to come out here and the spread at 31. Vegas, you think you slick. You really think you slick, right? So I said, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Oregon minus 31. Bet that. Now, the game of the week. The game of the week. Whew. Surprising team. Number 1, Tennessee. Number 1, Tennessee. Not Bama. Not Georgia. Number 1, Tennessee. 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 Going into that Georgia. I don't know. Spread went off at 8. And it's 65.5. Now look, I'm sitting here, man. Let's breathe for a minute, fellas. Let's really just sit here. We at the round table, fellas. You got number 1 Tennessee. Got number 1 Tennessee. You got number 2 Georgia. And I'm looking. The spread went out at 8. How the number 1 team is the underdog to the number 2 team? Something ain't adding up here. Something's going on. We're going to find out because the love ain't strong. So, they may have fell in love with Georgia, but I didn't. I'm going Georgia. I'm not going to pick you this weekend. Give me Tennessee plus 8.5. Bet that. Man. Now we get to the nitty gritty. My boys out of Bama. Good old Bama. Bama and LSU. LSU is coming for you. LSU in Baton Rouge. I'm going to tell y'all something. I was sitting here. The spread went off at 13.5. The over and under was 57.5. And I'm thinking Baton Rouge and Bama. Baton Rouge, Bama. Sitting here. Now, a lot of stuff in Louisiana go on. And I think them LSU boys can rub a little tiny voodoo on them Bama boys. And the spread went off at 13.5. I say this. I say them Bama boys won't cover that 13.5. So give me LSU to bet that. LSU plus 13. Bet that. Now, we got a team that they play hard every weekend. They had a little tragedy, man, against their rival not too long ago. Another day, a while back. And, coach upset. You know, kids gonna get charges pressed on them. But I looked at this team, Michigan Wolverines, the Great Harbor, Michigan Wolverines, going against Rice, my way old school Rice, running back Rice, up out of Rutgers. Man, you know, shout out to you, brother. I wish you would have stayed in the league. You was a nice little rule. Was Ray Rice, nice little running back up out of Rutgers. Nice, big money, good things, big things, you know. But like I said, Michigan minus 26. The over and under is 45.5. Now, this is my safest bet of the week. Michigan will destroy Rutgers. When I say destroy, they win. It's all about style points. It's all about points, you know, because if that Tennessee Georgia game, if Tennessee lose to Georgia, everything goes up. Bama back in the hunt. Tennessee could be back in the hunt. Ohio State, Michigan can get in. It's teams outside. TCU can get in. So when I looked at it this week, Michigan giving Rutgers 26. I'm taking Michigan to win by 26.5. Bet that. Now, like I said, I would be rich. I would be rich if I had these right every single week. But these are my personal picks that I like for the week, and I think they're my locks of the week. As you see, I'm sitting down today. I had to go on the drawing board. I had to sit down. Going to drawing boards, I had to dig deep. I had to find myself. And when I found myself, and this is what I came up with. So bet that. $10 get you back $684.67 if you do a 7-teamer parlay. Or, for you bettors, put a couple nickels on them straight up bets, and I'll roll it back again to you. I took Ohio State to win straight up. I took TCU to win straight up. I took Kansas to win straight up. I took Oregon to win straight up. I took Tennessee to win straight up. No, Tennessee getting 8. My bad. And then I took Oregon minus 35.5, you bettors. I'm sorry. I wasn't looking right. Then I took LSU, Bama. I took LSU getting 13.5. And then I took Michigan minus 26. Bet that. That's Robbie the Rockets pick 7 for his college this week. These my games. It's going to be an exciting week. I can't wait to see that Georgia Tennessee. I can't wait to see that Bama LSU. I can't wait to see. Get your popcorn. It's going to be a lovely, 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 lovely weekend. But, you know, that's my little JV card, man. You know, I call it my JV card. You know, I got my JV card. Then I got my varsity card. You know, like I say, JV play at 5:30. Varsity play at, 7:30. So, you know, I had to go to my JV card. And, you know, this is really, really hard. Pro, I really, really think pro is kind of hard to hit. Because it's like they make a phone call, don't kick the field goal. We got a man that's going to win $15 billion, don't kick the field goal. And you might only want to win a little 1,500, 2G, 3G, and they win with 10 bands, don't kick the field goal. We lose all our money. So I got slick like y'all get slick, Vegas. We going to beat y'all this weekend, Vegas. We got tonight's game for you bettors. Before the game started, we got the game gonna start in 5 minutes. We got Philadelphia versus Houston. I put some money on this game. The over and under went out at the over and under was 44.5. The spread was Philly minus 14. My safe bet for you bettors right now, if you want to get it in, put your 500, put your 1,000, put your 2,500, put your 1,500. Bet the over 44.5. Bet that. And a couple of my buddies, we got to talking about this game too. They were saying that, man, Philly could cover this spread. But as I'm looking at it right now, Vegas think they slick. If I was outside of what I put in, I'll take the over 45.5, y'all. So if y'all want to get it in right now, that's what I took. I'm going to go home, watch it, see what I can do. I took some little player props too. I didn't throw this in there for you guys, but I did some player props. I took Smith to get a touchdown. I took the quarterback to get Hurts to get a touchdown, and I took Goddard to get 60 yards and receiving. You know what I'm saying? That'll bring me back a nice little piece of change what I put on. That's just something, you know, for you bettors that want to do the individual player bets. You could take Hurst to get a touchdown tonight. You could take Smith to get a touchdown tonight. A.J. Brown might have two. But like I said, this game is going over. If I was to give you a score right now in this game right now, I give it 38-25. Something like that. 38-24. It's going to be something in that nature. 38-23. Something in that nature. So, you know, you bettors, you want to get that in for the nice game, you get it in right now because you got about 2 minutes. And like I said, I'll run that back by you again. Take the over, take Philly. I would take Philly to win to the over. You want to do a quick bet. Take Philly to win to the over. That's a safe bet for you bettors right now tonight. Then we got going on with these Jets and this Buffalo Hillbillies. Buffalo Hillbillies, man. We got these Buffalo Hillbillies. Hillbillies. They get old Buffalo. They got the Jets. They giving the Jets 12.5. Divisional game. 12.5. Over and under 46.5. Ooh. What y'all think, man? Don't talk to me fast, talk to me slow. What do y'all think about this game? Because right now, for some reason, I feel it's a trap game. I really feel it's a trap game. And as I wandered around, I said, okay, Buffalo is a beast. Nobody ain't stopping. They like a ton. They all on steroids. So I looked at it, I said, okay, 46.5. You know, I was weighing the Buffalo. You can't really get no money value out of just playing Buffalo straight up. You know, you don't really get no. I think they had it locked at the time. So what I did was I was like, okay, since y'all think y'all slick, the safe bet for you bettors, not you amateurs, you bettors, the safe bet for this bet is the over 40. Take the over 46.5. Bet that. Now, Green Bay. I went to a football game. It was the Packers by the way of Green Bay. And it was my very own Detroit Lions. The man, the myth, the legend. Home of Barry Sanders. One of the top running backs we ever seen of all times. One of the best. He's like a Muhammad Ali of football when he came to running that football. And as I look at this game, the spread went out at 3.5. Green Bay is horrible. Aaron Rodgers at the bottom of the barrel at quarterback. Horrible. You make Northern California stink, but I'm sorry. Your boyfriend left to the Raiders, so I mean you don't really got nobody. You don't really have nobody right now, but that's okay. That's okay. The spread went out at 3.5. And the over and under was 49.5. Now, listen to this. Detroit gonna put points up on you. Every game they didn't play, they ain't never went over. And I don't never. I just like be nonchalant, like it's gonna go over. But why you don't ever put the money? It's go over. So I looked at it today. I say, you know what though? Green Bay is giving Detroit 3.5 in Detroit. You know what I said? If y'all want to win some money for you bettors, not you amateurs, you bettors. This is my upset alert. Upset alert. Got him. Upset alert. Detroit will beat Green Bay this weekend. Bet that. Now, Minnesota Vikings. Because they on a high right now. Not Vikings, Minnesota Vikings. They all-time high right now. Versus the Washington Commanders. They ain't going to be in command this weekend. Spread went off, and I'm sitting there like spread went off at 3.5 again. Now, this is a game that you might want to like sit back. The under went off at 43.5. I mean, Curdy Cousins, your cousins, man, your cousins out there, slinging that pillow, Thielen and your boy Jefferson over there. And they just picked up the tight end. They picked up the Detroit tight end. They best tight end. That's telling you something. But I mean, they do the injuries at the tight end. That was the greatest pickup they could have picked up from that tight end out of Detroit to go to that Minnesota. Spread went off at 3.5. By kickoff, it might go up a little bit more, but I caught it at 3.5. And I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to take Minnesota to cover the spread. Bet that 3.5. Take Minnesota 3.5. That's a lock of the week. Now, I got good old Carolina. Versus them Cincinnati. WKRP in Cincinnati. Woo! They just got their Cincinnati butt. Woo! I said, whoa. And now they got the Carolina Panthers. Giving the spread went out at 7.5. 7.5. 7 whole nights. Not a word from you, baby. But, and the spread under 42.5. So I looked. What's the name? Look horrible. KRP in Cincinnati now. KRP Cincinnatians trash. Look trash. Bro, is you gonna bounce back? You gonna bounce back this weekend for King, man? Or are you gonna let them boys, them young studs run through you up out of Carolina and that young brother out there slanging it on you? I say, give me 7.5. I'll take that 7.5. Give me Carolina 7.5. Bet that. The Sea Chickens and the Cardinal Reds. Didn't we have this conversation? Is this like deja vu? It's like deja vu when I'm with you. It's like deja vu. Did I just talk about y'all not too long ago? And it's the same. But I'm gonna tell you this: them Sea Chickens, y'all might have a little. We gotta buy this weekend. You're lucky. You're lucky, brother. You're lucky because we coming. You're lucky. But y'all got the Cardinals to deal with this weekend. The Cardinal Reds. Spread went off at 2 like it did last time. Over and under is 50.5. You know, I ain't gonna be no stupid fool this time. Give me the Cardinals to win straight up. Bet that. Now to round it out, we got a round and round we go. Like the Keith Sweat say, round and round I go. Now we got the LA Rams versus the Tampa Bay Dirt Buccaneers. With all those weapons. Good old Tommy Brady. There's a story about his name is Brady. He ain't looking too good with all those weapons and the little boys. But like I got to say, them Lambs is coming into town. Spread 2.5. Over and under 42.5. I'm saying like the over and under is 42.5. You gotta be kidding me. Unless somebody hurt with the you got your Fournettes, Julios, Godwins, Evans. Goddamn. What else you ask for? Goddamn. Hold on. And then the Lambs got every weapon. Cooper Kupp might be hurt. But it don't matter. He still got weapons. Robinson, all them others can step up. It's just my Niners were just too much coming for him last weekend. But he'll bounce back with this. Well, shoot, he got a defense like my Niners this weekend. But I looked at it. I said, man, I ain't stupid. I'm taking it over 42.5. Bet that. That's a lock of the week. 42.5. Rams and Tampa Bay. That's the lock of the week. And that's how I rounded out my 7 team. Like I said, keep telling you, I ain't pro. That could go either way. We don't know what's going on. But this is what I like this weekend for you bettors. You know, bet your nickel, bet your dimes, bet your quarters, bet your dollars, whatever you want to bet. You know, put it all in a gumbo pot, stir it up and make it lock. You figure deal me? But at the same time, I'm going to roll that back by you again. I took Philadelphia, the over in the Philadelphia game, 44.5. I took the over 46.5 in the Buffalo Jets game. I took the my pick of the week. My surprise, put your house, the money, the car, the crib, I want it all. Put Detroit Lions as the beating the Green Bay Packers by the way of Green Bay. Take my Minnesota Vikings, -3. Take your Carolina Panthers, plus 7.5. You take the Cardinals to win straight up. And you take that over in that Green Bay game. Whew. Now, if you want to, play around with it, do your little 17 parlayer for you amateurs. Want to do this little 17 parlay? We can do 17 parlay. 17 parlay, $10. Bring back 1,100. I mean, for that 1,100, you put your $10 for that 1,100. You can put your dollar and get about $100 for $1. Put 1,100 on there. I mean, I'm Robbie the Rockets. I don't know. I'm just trying to see if I can rock this world one good time. And that's my 7-teamer for the pro this week. Now, like I said, if I knew, we wouldn't be having this conversation. But them are the ones I like for you better. So if you was doubting yourself, if you didn't feel something, if it was something you like that I like, bet that. Now, it's basketball season, y'all. I got my pick 2. I always got my pick 2 and my pick 3 on my Thursday. My Thursday pick 2, I got a pick 2 this week. We only got 2 games this week, this Thursday. On my basketball pick 2, I got my Golden State Warriors. Golden State Warriors. Going in Orlando. We on the East Coast, y'all. Now, all my Bay Areans, y'all know how we operate. I know we not looking too swell this year. Klay Thompson ain't the same. Klay Thompson, Draymond Green with our incident with Draymond Green. The team don't seem like they playing defense. The team don't seem like they gelling. The team don't seem like they fouled every freaking game. We on this East. They 0-3 going into Orlando. They giving Orlando 9.5. Last time the Warriors gave Orlando 6, they didn't cover. Last time they gave Orlando 3, they didn't cover. They're 0-3 on this road trip. We done lost 3 straight. Miami handed it to us. Detroit didn't. We can't beat the teams the games we should be winning. We're not winning. But I looked at this game. It was 9.5, and the over and under was 226. I think Jordan Poole, Klay Thompson, Jordan Poole for you individual bettors. Jordan Poole will go over 26 tonight. Curry will go over 30 tonight. Wiggins will have 17 tonight. And Draymond will have 10 plus rebounds. You want to do individual players on 4 Warriors. But as I had to pick tonight, and I was fighting, I looked around. I just did a few little dollars. I just took the over 226 in that Warriors Orlando game. Bet that. That was my pick. Now, I went local. Y'all know I kind of didn't want to go local, but I had no other choice. I live in Denver, and I'm from the Bay Area. So I had the Denver, I ain't going to say chicken McNuggets. I'm going to say the Denver McNuggets. I'm going to say that. That's better. Denver McNuggets. Y'all some Macs, man. Y'all some McNuggets, man. We popping collars, man. We stacking dollars, man. Denver McNuggets, man. Versus OKC. Oklahoma City. See, I'm going to tell you something. When I went to school in Oklahoma, they ain't had no Oklahoma City team. It's a franchise. Expansion team. Expansion. They ain't really expansion because they moved from Seattle to Oklahoma. But expansion team. And you know what I'm saying? The Denver McNuggets given is 6.5. The over and under is 228. Now me, I'm sitting there like, every time I bet the McNuggets, they don't never cover from me. Because they just as I may not be a fan. If you're not a fan, we're not going to win for you. Why are we going to win some money for you? And over under went at 228. So I sat here like, man, if you really want to sneak around, then put your few dollars on Oklahoma City to win straight up. But I said, nah, I'll take the points. Give me that 6.5. Bet that. Give me Oklahoma City 6.5 to the Denver Nuggets. Now, man, it's the hunt for Red October. And we got the last 2 teams standing in our World Series. We got your Houston Stros and the Philadelphia Filthy Field Phillies. And I'm sitting here like, man, I got Dusty Baker, the man, my favorite word, the myth, the legend. Dusty good old Baker. Got his chance to winning one. Been there many a times. Been let down. I remember in 2002, Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds getting MVP. And the Angels come back and sucked us all the blood out of us. They sucked all the blood out of us. So now, I'm like, we got this game tonight. The spread is 1.5. The Phillies is getting 1.5. Dusty Baker and them, they can take. This is the rubber game. Series tied 2-2. This is what World Series tied 2-2. And I looked at the over and under went out at 7.5. See me, when it comes to baseball, that 1.5 you don't really want to mess around with. You kind of want to mess around with the overs and unders when you bet in baseball. So for you bettors next year, don't 1.5. You want to bet straight up, you can do that. But you really want to mess around with this, them overs and unders. And in this game tonight, I got the over 7.5 in that Astros Phillies game. Bet that. And tune in every Thursday on our network with Robbie the Rocket with Bet That, man. Support us, man. Love us, man. We love y'all out there. Thank you for all the support for all my supporters, man. I love y'all. Like, share, tweet, whatever y'all want to do. But I'm like I said, man, it's time to make a change, and I'm out of here. We out.